Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, Bokai. Welcome back to the Jollof Football Bantaba platforms. It's the Gambia football show, guys. It's been a while since we came around to, to do the Gambia football show. Neko nyingi apologize at a couple of weeks or 3 weeks, I think, since we last recorded. Sometimes I'm life comes along the way, so it's very difficult for new muna am time to record. But we are back, and I'm joined by my co-host Koche, and a couple of our regulars will join us along the way. Seni Kanyi and Space. Dinañ ñëw xam naa si kanam tuuti gaa join ñu suñu waa ji buuba moom mi ngi ma dafa ma ne ko mi ngi remix honeymoon bi biir France.
ma ngi love.
waaw mi ngi remix honeymoon bi so moom tey dañ koo jégal. Yeah. Well, Che, Maneko, it's been a while. Maneko sa why mi si background bisa, but it's been a while since we've been around. I'm not saying guy missing show be. Why Jaffa I live in the water. I Japa rek la won motax mu ñu wona new around. But how are you been? Busy?
Alhamdulillah chama dila niyo dila delo ziar yo ga tamit naka sen tobas ki ma neexon na bu fana di tos wala waxatu ñëwaatuñ waaw waaw dila
Dem gaay ni hari anu buka. Maneko dem ni gaay sa kasamasi. Yow mom hari buka rel la kidna.
non man xel mënu dara man ma leen dem bokka dila ziar di tamit sama waa Space TV di nuyu bu fa la boy di love boy mu ngi romance in Paris di love city xam nga di nuyu mboole ko mu ñëw si daan time bi ak ñu join si daan si kanam di leen jégalu di leen jaajëfal bu baax a baax comme ni ko Thiam waxee rek we are all humans understand dañu am aduna moo ñu dee def sometimes busy ak yooyu noonu xam nga Thiam seet am ngi busy dafa tombé moom mu ngi busy maa ngi busy xam nga so yombu daal waaye di leen ne rek saa su ne rek dañ di am tough time suñu mënta record pour yéen last two Sundays yëpp dañ nekk di maa Thiam ñu ngi waxtaan booy waaye waru ñëw dañu war a record tere nga ñëw tere ma ñëw di yegg ni bot alhamdulilah ni la ko yàlla dogale waaye xam leen ne rek saa su nekk ñu ngi si yéen ndax ñu ngi try every day ñuy post something wala si ngeen mën a gis si luñ nekk waaye di leen jaajëfal bu baax a baax di leen ne asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi taala wa barakatuh ahlan wa sahlan.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Lola. It's been difficult to do the live show, so which is also very, it's how it all started. It was all about these live shows talking about Gambia football. So, but still, we have the platforms. We have the Jollof Football Bantaba platforms on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok now, and YouTube, of course, and Facebook. Yeah. And of course, we have as soon as you movie Space Summit, Mommy Japan Society, especially local based be the def who know very well. But yeah, Space, but it's good to be back. Last week, you happy for me. Hamga. Why they deal today? Nakam.
Mr. Chama, nuyu naa la bu baax a baax maa la jaajëfal jaajëf sa wàccuwaay ak sama boss Che te fana Everton la sol almost toog di nuyu ñëpp askan bi ñëpp ñu ñëw déglu waaye di ñu seetaan di leen it's been a while namoon nañ ko waaye alhamdulillah we are back again tamit maa ngi la jaajëfal bu baax a baax waaye yow it yaa ngi Real di Banjul tey moom.
Waaw non tey foog ma Real di Banjul maa ngi am seen jaasi fii xam nga foog nga ndokkale gaay comme ko gaay defee ku la sut nga oye ko njool ci nag du leen oye njool nag waaye man moom ku ma sut dama la
waaw yow wali daan nga yow sa da nga waane rek yow da nga waane yow ngay wali daan yow sa defee Real
no man dama leen a lifin rek dama leen a ndokkale rek fo si fa dee victory xam nga waaw man waaye daal looki waaye daal la rek looki waaye daal la waaw waaye
man moom xam nga man suma bokk man Fox la so man mënuma faral di Banjul Manchester mu do support Liverpool
waaw wax dëgg ne yàlla yeah but tey ñu ngi amal gaay some very interesting topics to discuss hopefully suñu waaye ni leen ko waxee dina ñëw fi join ñu suñu future president bi Seni Kanyi because bu gën a ñëw waxtaan about professionalizing the league gaay defoon nañ seen seen launching workshop bi and Seni was happy to be there. So di leen waxtaanee loolu dinañu joxe suñ thoughts tam as well on what we think ndax pare nañ pour loolu noonu Gambia and what will it take to get to that level in terms of professionalizing the GFF League. And gis nañ ne GFF League bi tam ngi reach climax is at the end now. The winner has been decided. Real di Banjul comme ni ko Space waxee moo tax tey ma demee ba so Real ndokale gars yi dinañ waxtaan about gars seen league title bi seen season bu gars yi am. And of course comme ni ñu ko dee defee every month dañ ko dee def si end of season tamit we have the team of the season. We have the player of the season. So the nominees for the player of the season has been, trimmed down from 10, and now they are the last 5. And from there, we will decide who will be the final winner. So Space Movie, then what answer as well as what is happening in the GFF League in general, because there is also a very interesting golden boot race going on right now with 2 games to go. Space dina ñu laalal si yooyu noonu. Ba pare week bi ni ñi ngi gis ne suñu waa ji ma ne ko suñu bokka bi Sadio boy cee bi mu ngi ñëw Gambia xam nga it's been a long time coming. Yàgg na ko wax ne dina ñëw finally mi ngi doog a am time because football si tamit xam nga seen time léegi-léegi daf dee mën a lifin waaye at bii moom sant yàlla mi he has a lot of time and transfers tam mi ngi happen tamit Gambian players yi door nañ di make some moves dinañ laal loolu noonu suñu amee time si loolu noonu but fi ñoo starté tey it's got to be Real de Banjul, the champions of the GFF League for the 3rd time running, and that is their 15th league title. So I will go to Space first on this one. Space, what can you tell us about the champions, Real de Banjul, and the season they had?
Yeah, Mr. Chama, jërëjëf ci sa laajte bu am solo bi comme ni ko waxee rek. Yeah, Real di Banjul benn word la use rek mooy consistency ak seen the way they structure the club. That shows everything because soo ko bàyyeel Real di Banjul si league bi fu ñu dee amee 8 over all these teams mooy very very hard nga gis Real di Banjul bu ñàkk 2 consecutive matches su ñàkkee benn game xamal ne next 3 games yëpp daf ko win. So du dee gaaw si league bi nga gis team mu win ay 4 consecutive or 3 consecutive matches suy am setup day new. So Real di Banjul consistency bi loolu daf leen jàppale bu baax especially playing at home. Then Basori counts a lot. Anytime suñu play foofu dañ dee make sure foofu dañ faa collect 3 points du dee ñëw foofu nga win fa dañ faa collect 3 points waaye suñu génnee si biti luñ fa am dañoo jël mun nañu am 3 points waaye ñu collect benn point yoo kada win. So seen team bi comme niñ ko structure ak seen consistency bi over the past 2-3 seasons loolu daf leen jàppale bu baax a baax but ñi ngi am that plan boo xam ne si club that structure any player bu ñëw da nga fit in so ko bàyyil since that mooy Slavia lu mu fa bàyyi fu naa daanaka ba léegi système boobu noonu mu ngi fa so ku ñëw da nga fit in that plan so Real di Banjul loolu daf leen jàppale bu baax te any player bu nga di sign tam ku ñëw dañ la dee wane comme Real di Banjul foog nga consistent doo ñëw comme placing bi tey game bi nga poole nga bëgg no foog nga coach because team bi is surrounded by stars so si benn position nga gis comme 3 or 4 players ñëpp are they good players so yow muñ door waaye yow mu fa di play foog nga consistent pour nga mën a maintain that spot if not dañ la faa génne keneen ñëw so c'est basically daal si gànnaaw daal loolu mu la ni ngay jàpp mooy seen the way they structure the club and then the consistency
yeah structure and consistency yeah, but we had this discussion in terms of standouts. So, say Real de Banjul, we will talk about that later. The player of the month nominees and the team of the month. A couple of Real de Banjul players, of course, they make it into the team. But then, if you look at the league table, Real de Banjul scored more than 40 something goals in the league. This the second best team in terms of scoring goals in the league. Was around 30. Like Real has at least 12 goals more than the second best team in the league this season. And then you look at guys attacking options. See, you cannot look at and say Kini is the player who can score Real de Banjul goals. See, understand? Well, I got point out a couple of players. Even the golden boot race this season, like we say, it's not very like the number of goals to strikers or the attackers this score is not many this season. Billy can have 10 goals in league. League bang in 2 games time, and we are talking about a 28 league like 30 game season. If we go in 2 games time, can have 10 goals in league. So it means the Real and when one player who up to 9 goals this season. But how did they get to that number in the 48 goals you guys am season? Space. Yang mute.
Yeah, that has been there. Past 2-3 seasons yep lulla. So ko bahel sen front line bi yep that goal sheet up there tasaro. So ko this season two players no 7 league goals. Moy Alassana this guy moy Suwaibu. And Suwaibu so ko bahel goals yep 7 goals it all came in the second round. So first round their standout player was this guy moy Sheikh Jaw Balamo guy injured Burum. He was amazing. From there, we live in Alassane ñëw keep mo jël muy push Swipe right now mo take over mo ibu negisam. So overall sen goals of that saro. Do dem na wala comme ki mo na yobu real di bañ. It's a team work la. It's a collectivity in the team ak them the how they build the squad around within themselves. So mo la ko team bi nekkuran an individual team or comme ki mo na yob. So team bi goals la fat saro. Te ki dafa ñu ki ñoo yobu. So kuna dafa play a part mo la wona comme moy real di ba ko mala comme duñ ko dé base on ci ben player dañ di am 3 or 4 or 5 play ko amne da nga ko ne comme yow yena abé team bi so lolu may problème
Loolu mooy affaire bi loolu mooy affaire bi Che yow moom xam naa ne du la ne for 3 years mi ngi nii sa bare ko sa nemesis Real de Banjul they are the champions for the third year running and this season to be honest if you look at the season the way it went I think they are up for grabs like people could have got them but again the experience and all that got them over the line like what are they doing right that the other teams are not doing yeah
Chama loolu na sawara tontu ba pare tamit di wax rek yàlla daf ma may dëgg saa su nekk in 2023 Chama so leen ma record platform soo ko fay wax mu ne lu ma gis réel Banjul dañoo demee for the next 3 years dañoo terante ligi Gambia bus naa ko fay wax si plateforme bi the reason being mooy ne Real de Banjul is being done like a professional club internally from the outside because we are all used to what we are seeing in Gambia but internally they have been run like a professional club they are bought the management taxi down but technicians filter down to the players everyone is being put in a professional method of lifestyle everything okay that being said those happen motor guy organize guy am planning and coaching planning is key in coaching okay Real Banjul we are going up and down they are investing a lot of money system team bi understand Real Banjul they have over 200 players on their payroll any player bu baax bu gis rek dañ ko jël from nawetaan jël la su gaay pare indi la ñu am elite ñu am sporting real and also they have partners like dañu mën a loan teams comme for example man right now wax Uni Global ñu ngi loan ñaari players si second round bi understand so that's strategy that they are using every good player was musa dégg benn time Willy mu ngi ko doon wax mu ngi moom player bu baax bu mu gis rek ko mu dee ko def ko understand mu ngi every 10 player su dee kenn moo ko mix kenn ko dina mën a cover te ñum luusi naa ñum luusi te soo dajalee style yëpp dina am ñuy fula am na duñ fula understand plus mu xam ne léegi am na that power in terms of player power understand to acquire players léegi one step more desoon mooy the technical aspect of the game understand moo tax guy dem indi gigs appoint ko as the assistant coach of this Slovakian guy who came in and set up everything man ko doon flow training nam yëpp dafa found on his page on YouTube understand you see Real Banjul knows and have a way of style of play so everyone knows how they are playing they fit in play when you loolu ngay dox ñu school ci gigs ko win li ba pare mun de bàyyi ko gigs tamit being so clever understand good melo ni ñeneen ko di garagula bu ko ne man sama philosophy lay demee xam nga sometimes it's not about what you want what is possible understand moo de mu mun a jox lu bari moo tax mu smart mu continue that trend so that's why it's paying off te be careful it can continue for the next 2 years too new moo demee it can continue because tey yow mun la wax ne Real Banjul ban player bu garaaw apart from names yi ngay dégg mooy ku mel ni Amar who is not consistent this season he's coming and going understand Amar rek nga fa mën a wax ne waa kii moom stand-up player ñëpp xam nañ ko ak Lamine Sey apart from those two players ban player nga mën a wax ne kii is explosive goals yi wan na la ko they share the goals so that means really Banjul they are doing things collectively and football is a collective game if they are sharing the goals so stopping them will be difficult because so ñëwee nga ne Chama mooy seen talisman bi because pin Chama stop Chama space rëy na nga ñëw léegi nga ne Chama ak space ngay stop understand nga cee fula rëy na so dañuy jot dilemma so the team is very organized understand nga team is very very organized look at a team like Fortune kenn ëpp leen teams dëkk amut individual players
shop nañ de waaw shop nañ si lifin bi
Fortune kenn ëpp leen players even BST sax player wise ñoo gën the when it comes to player name profile BST ñoo gën the real players but Chama something is occurring every time xam ne yaa ngi ko bàyyi every season for the past 4 or 5 years every season player dina fully from ku ngeen xamut fully Red Banjul touch star te lu ko ne terrain bu gaay day jël loolu mu laa woon ne there is something inside ku jógee Red Banjul rek su génne dem payde rek dafa excel straight xam nga ni continuity la so loolu mu laa woon ne there is something inside and it's not rocket science no it's not rocket science it's just planning organisation understand nga focus xam li ngeen bëgg rek xam seen jubluwaay lan la loolu kese la and togetherness tamit moo gis la di Banjul I see a very very strong bond between them ba pare réel Banjul seen mbir yu dégg ñu gën biti ti mu am secret ngi noonu xanaa léegi moo gis sëriñ yi di ñëw because of su ndam amee ku nekk si bëgg a profité pour ut job feneen understand nga but in reality soo génnee sëriñ aside réel Banjul tamit dañ am loo xam ne loolu la ñuy ooyee fortress in football your own playing ground where you train every day foofu nga place of majesty Cham foofu is your fortress foofu kenn du la ko war a gën a xam kenn du la ko war a gën a miin understand so it's hard to say nag being a Hawks fan understand nga war a ñëw taxaw fii ne dama war a bari congratulations but at the end of the day it's football fair play ñu nangu ko rek they are the best team in the land understand am kenn ku si werante they are the best team in the land and they deserve what they are getting di leen wax congratulations am nga di leen tamit they are raising the bar in terms of Gambian football di wax really Uncle Bax ak Uncle Pa Samba yëpp di leen ne ngàcce galama jërë ngeen jëf
ma ne ko suñu waa ji ñëw na seeni a very timely coming for him as well ñu ngi waxtaan si ligue bi moom tam xam nga ngi saf si ligue bi saf with Biko seeni do you have any words to say first of all nuyu naa la ndax am gëj na ñëw déggoo
happy to be back again you know coach ak space time so yeah quite happy to be back you know they are with us as well you know it's a pleasure to be back.
Yeah, nice. So you them direct to the league, Real de Banjul, champions of the GFF League. Anything to like any words to say to about Real Banjul, their success because you were one of their competitors as with your club Biko.
Yeah, you know, well, I think the first thing is to congratulate them 3 times on the bounce, you know. I think Lulu is huge, you know. I understand, you know, this is a league, it's a competition, you know, we are direct competitors. So honestly, like you know, the only thing I can say is just to congratulate them. They're very important, you know, they're thinking of Africa. Because I believe, you know, this is going to help Gambian football in terms of coefficient, etc. Because you know we need to have our teams in the CAF interclub competitions because they're very important club. You know, Gisland recently with the FIFA club, World Cup, you know, which is gaining a lot of money as well. So they're very important club, you know. So you know, they were getting, you know, that congratulations to them that, you know, hopefully next season Steve Biko, you know, they not have a better season. But again, you know, they've been great, you know.
They've been great. Yeah, it was something very important, sir. More like a continental competition, which is a CAF Champions League. And they have expressed interest to like there have been reports that Nigeria compete to the African Champions League qualifiers, because they are the champions of the Gambia Football League, of course. In the past a couple of seasons, Buga winning guy them in one where at Bini, gisnen news be reveal the man fola ho say 44 journalists mu get that news. So and you said that is going to be a huge for them, because this is what we want to see. But I hope, because when it comes to the administrative parts of it, I think that they want to have a better idea. I hope that they are in a place right now, they are in a position to go and compete. Like locally, they are very well organized. They are the most organized club in the country and all that. But when we are talking about going outside the country to compete, you have to meet different standards. You have to. So, what do you think of their prospects of going continental? Like, how far do you think they are at this moment for that? See me.
Yeah, Chava, I think it's possible because only the club licensing, you have 5 of them in place. Criteria being placed. So I believe you division to ensure that you fill every criteria, because I'm a captain boss, you have the domestic criteria, you have the continental criteria, so that's a slight difference one. But I'm sure, within the administration, starting discussion, what are the things we need to have in place.
Yeah, definitely. Space, lo ñu mën a wax si guys seen intentions to play in the CAF Champions League this year after winning the league.
Yeah, Chama, man, you got now lose. First, for the caucus, because what time say one of their board members, one number this season, Roma send people down. They to participate. Why the come there working on it down. So anything he will let me know. But the 90% so they will participate. They will compete. Nila makaway, and it's good. Coming kaway that they are part of what type a team like really Banjul, the success they have, then dominate Fini. So let them show the world what they can. What them to continue to them participate for one limbuga. Come ko ski wire. Halis mo paneka. The league after come to wire. The fire to league. So they can do it. So but fogna pare ba put players. Like I said, they have a very good squad. But for them calf, they need to adjust the squad they have right now.
Yeah, definitely. Come see this. How what mentioned now? Club World Cup. That's a $1 billion prize pot before nega. So imagine an African teams before nega. How many African teams are there? I think a couple of them or 3, right? They are competing there. Just here in Japan, there's a couple of teams also going from Japan, and that. There's a lot to get from playing continental football right now. Of course, we are not expecting them to go to the Champions League, African Cup Champions League, and win it and all that. But at least the first step to winning something is to be in it in the first place. So they have to, and at this moment in time, they are the club at the top. They are the best club in the country, back to back champions. So they have to show that by going into that competition. But looking at the league now, the title has been decided, of course, but there are still 2 games to go. There is a lot to play for still. Like, what are the key battles you left the league be put to play for? Space.
Yeah, Chama. For now, I think league be decided now. The only battle left my just the relegation zone. My teams who never fight will stay in the league. After avoid relegation, or going back to the second division or going down to the second division. We all know second division how hard it is. It's tough there. Like 3, 4, 5 teams they are in the mix. In that red zone. So right now, this is the only competition left. Because like I said, league real win. And I fortune or Falcon, you fight for second place or third. Because if you finish second or third, then they prize my hardest. So, but Lolo, after all, you still stay in the league. But Fugena made right now by the relegation zone.
So right now, young teams in that dilemma of Munga them down or not.
Yeah, Marimo, bottom with 22 points. They likely they will go down. And then followed by Banjul United, need to 24 points, and up there Greater Tomorrow GAF, 28 points. Then Dutch Lions, 31 points. Then Team Riot 31 points. So for me, Jahaso Baha. The next match it's Dutch Lions will play Team Rano. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. But also there is the Golden Boot race, exciting one. 4 players on 9 goals, and there are also players close to that 9 goals mark, right? So there is it can go anywhere. One hat trick like Summer did for Steve Biko can bring you into that the Golden Boot race. How is that one panning out?
Yeah, Chama, it's tough to be honest. Ken Murlawa kan mo ko win season bini. Like I said, if it saving league goals, munin ko win. Because 2 games more, that's like I said, come Sabar for Euro from Arnovia, you score hat trick, Munyo Boga City up the top scorer. We have 4 players with 9 goals. We have three players with 8 league goals, and we have 4 players again with 7 league goals. So obviously we get tight Bubaba and 2 games more. So looking at the scoring chart, it can go anywhere. Come kuna kamuna ko win. From Steve Biko, Real de Banjul, Falcons or Agaf or that Lion. So it's tough. It's tough. Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. Also, Che Manusio. You know, second division be tuti. Second division be mo tam ngi over tanga fofu nonu. Man la gis ya nga joxe interview tay every week ya nga joxe interview di may ko suma waji naka la ko waxe Mourinho la ko wax wala ban la si.
No, coach.
Dafa mun press conference de. Our press conference have a post match reaction. So why yeah, you guys have been struggling in the of late. And but you're off air, you know what you know, you just said Bob in terms of relegation battle in the second division. After having a very good start, I was not expecting again to go. But how is the second division looking right now?
Chama is really interesting. We're gonna just gonna meet it for division because it's all league bit. We league is one previewing because I'm tight because last 2 games Hawks then my Hawks up Sports then drop 4 points. Understand? They made you go right behind them aka Sam. So at the same time, put on top 2B. I told him they have to call it league when you go to top 2 them direct quality on sport when you go to then you want to make top 5. Understand? Top 5 my pre-playoffs for and the third, fourth, fifth. Understand? 4 is very, very tight. Imagine a team working but 10 position. Still now it's a chance we both see that qualification playoff spot be. Understand? So coming to us, Liga is not a team on the new but 11, sir. 11, 12. We are not also safe relegation button. So this is how tight it is. Every win like after they move, I three steps, 3 positions up. Coming to Unique Global, as you mentioned, like since when I took over the club in the beginning of the second round, with my first 5 games, I'm ready to secure 4 wins and a draw, scoring 13 goals in the process, considering only 3. Everything was like the honeymoon was like, yeah, change the transform, understand? Yeah, but again, that's football. It's all over ups and downs. Like it's difficult this past game because the issue why we were from winning to losing. If at all we are winning and coming and drawing, I'm going wow, it's normal. But winning straight, then you lose. At the money we need to lose, how crazy. Why we always lead in the first half. When it comes to second half, 3 games we take then you know within 5 minutes, you can be turn. You know cost penalty, then you square. Understand? But still now, man, I had the belief. Why when I was not that much worried because the difficult part in football and the most important part in football is scoring goals. Understand? And we only point score goal. We can wait. Then they jail goals unnecessary. A very 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 bad moment. After it, when they capitalize some chance. Chama apply done so dunga gisni ñepp di won and ñu won am score right now we score 16 goals. Easily he could have 25 goals this season right now. Easily. That's not. Bari na ci ay morom. Te so ñu whole unit ci league bi condition bi. I think we are the 4th or 5th best highest goal scoring team in league. So scoring goals is not our problem. The problem is we are not scoring enough. Chances when they create, so not have chance, but big chances when they create. So go jail. Or sometimes we don't pass a fee. No time we don't complete league. Again, when they go to the logo. Why time there is not impact. bu ñu sonal tamit si suñu downfall mooy players yi adjust si second round bi ñoo di dimbale team bi all of a sudden dañ jékki rek doo am injuries understand so su ñuy wéree tamit ñu fa nekk tamit am injuries so injuries tamit dafa nekk dañu sonal plus FA Cup bi tamit dan FA Cup ron tamit dafa affect tamit suñ siin somehow psychologically wala they gis players yi when they are playing with the big teams understand they give their all dañ jee pare ñun benn team dooruñu si biir fii benn FA Cup bi suñ goal fi we play with first division teams we play against Dodge Lions we beat them 3-1 with a man down we play against Brikama they lead us first we came back and beat them 3-1 we play against Greater tomorrow we would have win that game easily 3-0 easily so guys are not seen chance you them parents guy win you understand but loolu nag repeat when it comes to second division so dafa am da psychological effect bu nekk si players yi
yeah
xam nga fu ma wee
no ma laa fil dama laa bàyyi ma lifin la balaa because am naa suñu jàppee unique fii nii dinañ skip
so am rek am not excuses but yaa ma ko lay moo tax ma la explain but alhamdulillah last game bi was very important for us understand we managed to secure a win léegi nag ñu ngi play against Kanifing 12 points more des pour ñu secure pour moo des games 4 games 12 points so comme na si interview rek we want to win all the 4 games we want to collect all the 12 points understand but again we have to do our calculation of maths because that's football xam nañ la leen solo pour yeah I'm understand because games bi dafa war a difficult play against Kanifing ñu xam ne ñoom tamit ñu ngi si relegation zone bi understand ñoom ñu ngi si playoff zone bi war a play against ñoom it's very important that match ñu win ko soo fa jógee suñu last 3 games yi boobu moom kenn waxul lu mu toll play against Elite Samba and Walida all these 2 teams are vying for the first division so it's very very difficult.
It's difficult. But we see how it goes. We keep it in touch with that one.
I'm not sure much opportunity because wala ngeen ñaanal ma aussi oré ci tamit ñu ñaanal ñu rek yàlla mel ndam ba unique mëna délo fu ñu nekkoon inshallah wa ñaan la kenn ñaan ben ñaan tuddu orient ma na ñaan rek ngeen ñaanal ñu unique global bu leen fara ngeen fara ñu yàlla du ñu am ndam suñu gëm ci dess yépp
unique ma ko unique waaw ñu move on ñu dem because mentioned on our team of the month, the space, and player of the month. So we can start with the player of the month. We had a short list of 10 players initially, and then that short list was trimmed down to 5 players. So let me bring it up, and then maybe you can take it from there. These are the 5 players left. You have Ibu Sanyang, Lamin Sedi, Abdullah Ju, Fansu Diba, and Musa Sise. These are the final short list. They are the final players for the player of the season. Space. Do you want to add anything on these players? I know you did a video talking about their seasons, but these 5 players, tell us a little bit more about them.
Yeah, Cham, Jerejef, Komnoko Wayarek, Wajminko, from the 10 to 5. These are the 5 nominees for win this season player of the season. Yeah, it's tight and it's tough. Because by all these players that did good this season. From Lamin Sedi, who has been outstanding this season with Real Banjul, helping them. League winner for the 3rd time in a row. Leader, captain Japan and Baba season Bini, and has been doing so over the past 2-3 seasons. He's a fine goalkeeper, currently the best goalkeeper in the league. And the next Ibu Sanang, who is one of the most consistent players in the league. Since Boom joined Fortune, make it consistent. Every season, the fact take a goals, a number of assists. Munko joined Fortune. Is a fine player, a fine attacking midfielder who scores goals and great assists. So he's also contention. And then Fansu Diba, who has been one of the best players, especially in the first round. Second round, I'm 12 because of injury that you are now. So has been doing good. He is the first player to score a hat-trick in League B with Fatalul. In his first season in League B, his first division with his team hard. So they're doing good. They did good also. And then the other player, Musa Sise of Falcons, a center forward, the good player. good in the air. He can hold up the play. One time he had a good season, despite first season with Falcons. Scored number of goals. He is 20 top scorer together with Abdullah Juf, other nominee who's also playing for Gav. Despite Gav's and struggle, Bugatti can have seen but he's not struggling to score goals. He's banging in goals, helping Gav. Despite Guy insists relegation zone. While goals I make the flank Japan if not contained being yes and was confirmed. So all these players about it good, like I said, compared to the other players that were nominated, that didn't have the nominated them. So it was tough for trim down this top 5, like I said, but that's football. So all of them deserve to be in this list.
Yeah, definitely. My guy because guy complain the guy it was someone I got all of it. I say it. But what do you make of the list? You had Musa Jaita was there, the player of the month for the month of May. I think he's been exceptional. Unfortunately, they're not getting a list bit, but I think he's been good. So what do you make of these players over the course of the season? The finalist nominees seen it.
Well, I think you then got deserve really, but it's actually been a long season. So I'm you've been important for your club, you understand. But Kuko win mom deserve never, and honestly, leader for Baku in football with Mokole, because these players, for you, just get the chance, put one, we appreciate what you do, So Lima, honestly, Space TV, Jello football, it's. Lee is great, Lee and Buga, because players, Gis and Bob as well, and hopefully, those who've gone on to, win the award, they've been able to sign contracts outside of this country, Honestly, Limon is great,
So out of this list, now your core Fogne has been the standard player, in your opinion, of course. I'm not their own personal opinion.
Well, honestly, for me, I'm going to give it to Sanyang Ibu of Fortune.
Ibu Sanyang. That's nice. Yeah, your fourth house in Lisby.
Fansu.
Fansu Diba. Why Fansu?
Because given the factness of all these players feeling no over experience, no over exposure, understand? At team today, their first time in the first division, he lighted the league. He was and he has been in everyone's lips. Understand? Understand? And he's very young. So I think he deserves it, given the contribution he made, especially in the first round for Hearts. I think he deserves it, definitely.
Yeah. First half of the season, he was really exceptional. Moma said the cantonment and striker, they were all really, really good at Hearts. But come another thing that we have got championship. Real de Banjul, you have Lamin Sedi, who has been really, of course, experience is different level of experience. So compare Akirin players, come on Ibu Sanyang, a guy, and they have experience. But at the end of the day, I mean, we play to win, and three seasons in a row leading Real de Banjul. I'm a star, but he's somebody we can point out and say that he's star as a team, even though he's a goalkeeper. Usually, you not say a goalkeeper as a star, and he has been that kind of a player, that kind of a leader for them, captain the team, and winning the title 3 times in a row. I think. Sometimes I'm there, but I'm in the other position. So for me, I would go with Lamin Sedi, small on vote. Mom like that, but look over here. It's fun to do, I'm a very good season. Musa season I'm buying for the leading goal scorer with Abdullah Juf and Ibu Sanyang mom. Consistent performances. Every season you hear him. Last season he was in the team of the season, and this season again he's there buying for the player of the season. You move on to the team of the season space. This is the team of the season as revealed. Can you take us through the team?
Chaba. It's tough. Be more than tough than the player of the season nominees because Soko Bahel put down 11 players season for new team of the season. Like I said, it was tough selecting these players, but not only they are the only standard players in the league. We start in goal. Like I said, we mentioned Lamin Sedi, how good he is, performance more than supposed to be. And in this team of the season, only 3 players no maintain position. Previous last season team, where Lamin Sedi, Mustafa Nyasi of Real Liban, and Ibu Torres Sanang. and they were there last season, team of the season, and also they maintained their position again. At center back, Jait of Biko, who is a fantastic defender, did good this season and has been one of the best players in the league. And of course, for Steve Biko also did good. Nasa the player of the month as a defender, being the second defender to win the player of the month. Mamola ko how good this season one. A clean sheet to keep the big of an ball signal and you gonna keep clean sheet. So contribute a lot. And then this number of Steve Biko, a good defender also. And a good season with Fortune. This is as a defender scored 2 goals and a few assists. Japan again, but win send no more Fortune 2 or 3 times and player of the month. More how outstanding he was in the season. So more complete there is 2 center back. Then the left back my five table the left full back like I said he did very good this season, scoring 4 goals with 6 assists. He's all around the world. Funekala they gonna play Japan Falcon and Mustafa Nyas of Real Libya has a consistency. To be honest, he's one of the most consistent right backs in the between him. The energy, he can go forward, he can deliver, he can defend. So he's been outstanding. Not only like Morgan Biden in fullbacks, but more like consistent. So then there's midfield with what we mentioned earlier, how good he is continuously 11 season. And then Fansu Jibalab likewise, they also they make 11 because of their set performance. And then the flanks play, my Bakari Jata, who had a very good first round, and then I'm gonna some difficulty, some struggle after Munyo Mukligan, Japan BST Bubaba, who is also one of the winners of our player of the month. Japan Buba, scoring goals and delivering assists. More Sibena left and then the other left full flag player, this guy, Seni Boyang, a leader, a captain for Bricap United. He is the first player, provincial player of the player of the month. Japan guy, come more doors with good after Munyo them down, after click now. This is a Japan and then the 2 center forward up front to complete the 11. The 2 top scorers, like I said, I mentioned them 2, one hasn't been how good they are. Season B, Japan and Team C, they're scoring goals, but they're top scorers in the league, joint top scorers. So, like I said, it was tough putting select this 11. Like I said, then they Chia Kunaka idea, then come up with this 11. Do not communicate, they top rank was 11. They Sia no to they fully bit of guys idea. The new say ako you know these are playing they've been outstanding. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, there you have it. That is your team of the season 442. Lamin Sedi, Musa Jaite, Abdullah Tamba, Pakeba Jame, and Mustafa Nyasi. And then in the middle, you have Fansu Diba, Iwusanyang, Seni Bojang, and Bakari Jata flanking them. And up top, Abdullah Juf and Musa Sise, the Swiss TV and Jollof Football Bantaba GFF First Division team of the season for the 2024-2025 season. So the player of the season will be revealed in due course. So just stay tuned on the Space TV page and the Jollof Football Bantaba page, and you will find out when we reveal it. Yeah, and next we move on to another interesting topic. That is the professionalization of the GFF First Division League. Seni, no, sa domain la. Manego sa domain la. You were the one who attended the workshop, or the launching. I don't know how they call it, but you were the one who attended that meeting with stakeholders, and then they who got on launch a program. Firstly, how was the event, and where are we now?
Yeah, the event happened on the 12th of June. This was on a Thursday. Representatives of first and second division teams were there. The diplomatic corps was also there. You also have people who are also into businesses as well. Even the sports minister was there. So the objective was to have an objective of how to chart a plan so that you have a business plan for the professional league, So it was a day-long event, from morning to evening, discussing issues, what, things need to be in, things that needs to be in place, and the challenges we're facing at this point, So actually the consulting team, they have 45-day job, they know them throughout the regions of the country, new like the stakeholders, you understand. So once that is done, they will give a report to the GFF. And as well during that day, we are divided into groups. I was part of the governance group one. We spoke about constitutional reforms, etc. So we will use as a basis for that. Understand, So they've started work. So that you have a business plan. Um, you know, um, so that we can have a business plan for the league. Understand? So, the sports minister said that the government will support in that regard. Though the challenges are enormous. There are those times they said that we need to have at least 8 to 10 teams. So that we can have a start. There are certain clubs they cannot have the full requirements or standard, but they can be given a half pass. Let's say so we say let's say you meet 3 of the 5 requirements, so they can have the opportunity, at least have a percentage goal. So we had a discussion about that, and then we see how things will go. But there's a challenge. That in terms of infrastructure, the country is struggling, and we all know what the clubs are going through. But hopefully, throughout the 45-day period they have, hopefully they will deliver a business plan. Then I'm sure the federation would take it up from there.
The federation will take it up from there. A business plan to make money for the league, right? That is what that is the main goal for the business plan. But I think there was also after that you guys had a session and then separated into groups, like working group or something like that. Yeah. How was the event structured now? I'm not explaining the details here
Wacham,
outside. But yes, space.
boy man, so
That we got it.
dama leen bëgg a bàyyi man suma suma time bi jot na ni
Wow, right. You no problem. Yo be by you by yo mun nga tagato ak bokay dañ nga loss. Yeah.
okay yeah waaw loolu la rek di leen jaajëfal bu baax ba dama amee game to cover so Banjul so moo tax ma bëgg a ros ni balaa time di jot te Banjul dafa xala sori ak fu ma nekk so moo tax ma daa xam rek let me take this opportunity pour wax ne am going thank you di leen jaajëfal bu baax baax ne leen keep supported ma bàyyi la ngeen continuer ak sama gaay dañ leen jox lu ne thank you.
All right, space. You're negative Java. Sani, let's come back to you.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to understand the nature of the meeting that day. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were divided into groups, then called like, okay, let's say you're number 1, Chair is number 2, man, I'm number 3. So that was how it went. So I'm gonna get divided into groups. We held a discussion, so when that was done, we had a leader call him, for them forward, present our work. So then go compile, then they take it up from there, because actually we are divided into 6 groups. Governance was there, media side as well, and all that. So then you divide into groups, then have it all done. Then that was it basically.
That was the basis. And now they have this. They will visit the regions, and they try to take input from the regions, and then in the end they compile what they discuss on that day, and then what they have from the regions, and then that is going to be the report of the that's going to be a report. But I think how about the business plan itself? The business plan itself is like, because there's somebody who is hired to do the business plan, right? And he was the one who was part of the meeting.
Yes, he was.
yeah, then his job is just to compile what people have the thoughts of people, or what is their rule? What is their contract? Do you know?
Yeah,
The business plan.
first off, UNDEF is the new job, models for each country in Africa. Well, not each country, but they can they are on the right track as far as that is concerned. And two times they said they will tour the regions. They 7 administrative regions we have in the country, and 3 the group work we had. We will have together so that they will present the business plan. So these are the 3 key things they will use.
Okay. Yeah, let me go to Chair, and then I'll get a stand to it. Then after we will come back to you, Chair. Of course, it will have been better if you could discuss on last week, because last week we was fresh in the minds of everybody. But nonetheless, we still have to discuss it. We are professionalizing the league. He had a extra time with ML, and this was a big topic of discussion in that program. The goals are the targets, I would say, which is 2026. If I'm not wrong, it should have been 2026 season, right? That's supposed to be the goal for the target for professionalizing the league. But I think that is quite imminent now. I don't know if that is we are even anywhere near that. But what is your thought on the process we guys will go towards professionalizing the league? What is your thought on the process itself?
Okay, Chama, I think it's not overdue. Yes, but interest in a way requires a lot of things. But one that found how Jahal Mai, I will digital the card before the house. No lie. Okay,
But
why?
that's sound by I don't know why. Yeah.
And when they digital the card before the house. Yes. Why hiring someone? You never the business model or a correct. After doing the open okay, stakeholders in pulling then you know wasn't helped. Man dama fogoon ne dañu war a njëkk a toog as stakeholders waxtaan seen xalaat te tamit going around to the 7 regions I don't think it's necessary because those 7 regions are also stakeholders. Were they not in the program, Seni?
No, the regional bodies or if wasn't present.
Then that's not a problem. What they should have done 2 months more for more than a year more. Okay. Before embarking on going to regions is could never dañu war a assign understand ñu def ñu def discourse business plan indi wale ko GFF what they will do is just give them the model or formula we come because in a way the governance part, the media part, the business part, all those things more than living solar from you guys. Everything report indi wale ko understand. Likewise, we give to could never at least 2 weeks grace period that started from indi wale. I think by doing that, you guys low jet level, you guys you compile it, then that business man you guys for business model. Then they present him with those files. Then it's something in the morning with those files, would have decided. Understand? What it is. Definitely Chama. I think technically it's not complicated. One good thing about that way, the minister was there. And the government unfortunately, the key player, not players, the key player is the government. Government is the key player. Why? Because of Gambia is a tax-based country, tax-based system. So government must sacrifice certain things to achieve. Why Moy? Like how many close meet the criteria? In a way, then you have 5 criteria. What's the meeting that Moy send Munila buying a new in? But in reality, so whole you come criteria. Tell you to go over trim down. The fathers banding 5 teams or the government step in. How could they step in? Okay, these big taxpayers, they can give exploit the GSL companies. Understand? I give this as an example. They can be key in professionalizing the right thing is the I work here.
Sorry, but sound can they use? What they can use as sound? Like so sound from it's a phone mirror or as a mic. Directly. So it's break now because so it's not so clear for us. Yeah, maybe nga jege ko tuuti.
Wow, talking about Africell, because I know the Philly League, understand. Africell last year alone, we've paid over $1.58 billion laid fair on tax. Imagine a government, you get okay, Africell, we funding 5% from the tax we know pay. Then government referring to sports. Okay. Africell has a good relationship with Serapunda West. Imagine Africell, 5% of that 1.58 billion is $79 million. $79 million. The Africell puts $79 million at Serapunda West, develop our field, different infrastructure. Yeah. Africell can pay their players, each player they can pay you $25,000 a month, including 10 staffs. Lolo technical chairman, 10,000, you 35, pay could be 100,000, pay SM could be 50,000. Lolo also community, everything, started is like in the next around 11 million. 11 million from 70, 78, 79 million. Look at this. Yeah. So, I'm going to 6 million for this. So, those are the kind of stuff you want to get. Business model, none of them, for government, why you tax me. Understand? You will tax me. So, technically, indirectly, so why help? They don't fair tax. Why? Why don't they African you appoint players and coaches? You need figure out. You need to do free tax to the government. So, India going back to the government. So, look at the message you have. Understand? You not encourage you. Maybe African come full time, but they can come and partner with the team. For example, they come and partner with Tidbiko. One example, right? Because for long, I multiple owners when I team shareholders. We never. Definitely, it's complex. Understand? It's complex, but again, it's not difficult. The key player here is the government. I'm saying how much Bakari Bagi Landa for one promise of the guy in the government's position in this thing. But I'm not going to be much one year in touch more. No more guarantee. Just can be if they can do it anyway. What mandalities might take. They need the card for the hospital. No longer. This have been this they already card for correct. Don't hire someone who refer that job. The guy present with what they have. And that's my thing.
Yeah. Seni, in terms of 2026, we like I say yesterday, about that. Like the way he put it, so target bit dohote ga post ko ga deba utual be target, which was really funny for me. Pour ga wax ne yow ya reka, you are the body responsible to take this thing from this to this, and then you are the body entrusted, you are the head, or you are part of the body that is entrusted to find a strategy for us to get from here to there, and then you will set targets. You will give us the targets. This is the target we set to get there. This is the target we set, and then before you set a target, you of course you must know that there is a possibility of that target being reached. But the fact that he don't know if that is possible or not, but they still set that target. That is really strange one for me. But now, what is the realistic target of professionalizing the league now, in your opinion, and from what you see?
Okay. Nominee Buga is next season. That's going to be 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
Now the big question is how many teams would be ready for that, right? The more money, club licensing has to be important here. They have to enforce it. Loli, it's important because also amut, having professional league don't happen. So when I believe in it, club licensing they have to enforce that. They have a division for which is responsible for that. So you have themes. They're trying to have their structures in place, but they are not a lot. So man, I believe in it. Next season might be too early, but maybe 2026, 2027.
Yeah, man. For me, I think we have 5 years to go before we get there. But of course, that is just me ad hoc standing recommending 5 years. But because there's like a few things you want to get in place before you. But in terms of the professionalizing the league, what is the scope? Where what are we targeting? Just the first division, or is this the first division and the second division? Because what was the meeting? Was it only the first division teams you were present?
Okay. There is a yeah, pyramid Bunga use. Let's say you have the pro league, that's the elite. Then first division second division For example, Gambinos, they have the structures. So let's say Suneke, they have the opportunity to give it a shot. They can be they can be in line with him, So that's the structure they want to have, so that you have the elite, the first, the second division, and then the third, The low tamid, there has to be constitutional changes tamid for, low tamid was part of the discussions we had about, governance, etc. So Gambinos were there as well, though they played in the regional leagues, So that's the structure they want to have in place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is gonna be interesting. So in a way, it's like they are focusing on the first division, the pro side, make that one pro, and then the other ones come in and follow. Like I say, when I watched Ibu Fai's interview, he admittedly say his club are nowhere near to become a professional club, and he is part of a club. He is part of Banjul United. He's the team manager for Banjul United. But admittedly, he say we are nowhere near being in a professional league. Munuinko. But still the same person who make those claims of 2025. Again, if they're funny. So there's time, there's still time to go before we get to when we get to these levels.
Realistic. We have a professional league next season. Even 2 years out of it, full month. That's my take. Understand? Because like the biggest players fully want like a champ, yeah, is the government. With intervention. Why you tak? Lo munta ne. Only 2 teams of Aneka. Seriously. Because come no serious. Narrative no am project you. Muna example. Real de Banjul. Am nañ. Fox am nañ. Nañ ne Dutch Lions. Am nañ. Okay. You know talent. You know talent. No they don't. So you got name only few teams. In that become they just have to take become because fact understand. No become. So ñoom tamit su gaay pare su gaay ci ñaan ñoom na am seen playing ground am seen training ground am seen facilities all those things it's going to be challenging definitely doo mën a am more than 10 teams ci first division bi léegi su ko defee seen you have to pyramid léegi first division bi professional club first division léegi what is the second division going to look like?
What? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Money.
Wow.
If we have a professional league in the first division,
yes,
as it stands right now, only few teams you want to meet that criteria.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe what will this contribution league be like?
Well, comme no earlier, the event, second division teams, they were also there. Comme no like, you have the belief in that they will meet the criteria, they will apply. For example, Unique Global. So long as that you can surely meet things in place, then you can apply. That means you'll be part of the pro league. While there will be a pro league, the first division, second division as well.
Let's talk about the criteria. Please. Like you have the club license. That is one thing.
Yes.
There is the you have to pay. But you say my over one chair. So because of my way, it will be better. Then we need a day so over here. Yeah. All right. I see. Take me through the criteria again. The criteria,
So the criteria, you call it flips. One is finance. You need to have your financial statements. The second is legal. Legal talks about let's say for example I'm chairman. I'm on this club. I'm on this club. It will be detailed. Mom that club, and then the third is the infrastructure. That is to say, you need to have your own ground, whether rent, and then your own office. Then the other one is personnel. Money can own staff, be it technical, be it within a board. When they will have a fixed salary. Then the last is sporting criteria. That is for own youth team. Naturally, when there is a youth team, there will be a youth league.
Yeah, like Reality Banjul. I mean, I said academy sporting reality,
Yes.
Are coming through. So okay, looking at the legal side, maybe that will not be the most difficult part. That one, it does not cost a lot, but still you have to clarify things. You are talking about the financial side. It's not just about having the finance to do it for a year or something. It has to be something that is sustainable, right?
Yes.
Because if you are talking about a full squad of players. Let's say you have a squad of 20 players, a technical staff of 10 players, and then you have an administrative staff of 5 players. That is 5 people. This is at least 35 people within the scope of your institution. And then
45 people.
Yeah. And whatever the number is, 45. Understand? You have 45 people within the scope of your institution, and then you want to pay for the whole year, like also maintaining your youth setups. Yeah, it costs a lot of money. Sustainability, like financially, we are nowhere. I think it's even going to be difficult for teams like the team at the top, Reality Banjul. It can be difficult for them, even though they can have resources from player sales and they have their own pitch now. They can have means of getting money, but it's going to be a very tough thing for teams in the Gambia to meet this criteria, especially the financial aspect. It will take a lot of time. Comme ni leen waxee wax government bi suñ ci duggee see officiel ici si money ak wala ifin wave
banks yi
waaw mun naa dimbale Seni, go ahead.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot really. Very few clubs actually tend to have the structures in place. So make a challenge because criteria. More than last year, the club licensing workshop happened. So that money foundation. Yes, these are the criteria we need to have in place so that we can surely have pro league.
Yeah, definitely. One moment, to be honest, I cannot envisage it happening anytime soon because of loom entail is a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, yes. I think it's better. Yeah, go ahead.
More fire in reality, chama. Yeah, man jeexal suñu gay wone in the next 3 years nañ ko mëna am understand but these are the plans we am to force for the second year ñu mëna ba ba su ñu this year cham ñu next year ni ko wote de rek pour le sira pour xam
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 second. Sa mic, just hold it like this. Nga door ko si clip bi ma seet na sound bi foofu la nekk di jógee. No, sound is not coming from the mic. It's coming from probably it's coming from your phone still. So I don't know why. Maybe you have to change the settings on your phone.
Anyway, no one else. Let's be realistic. With the continuation, okay? Fu kana to get affairs competition we fay. They are nowhere near to be a professional team. Club. We are far behind. So let them be realistic. That's what they wanted. Because when we don't even Arab Barata or Karen, we need it. A woman and that will them come. Right and how you want to make them. GFF, Kaba Hamna, Nipamini, Bonaji from them. Although the politicians, the Kemura Jibaramuda, good year around what can. Hang on, code of a million to support. Why won't them can plan them one plan for your person before I buy. Like Muntanet. This constitution. No, next year Muntanet. When the only time I have 3 years, Munan. Again, keep players. Without attention. Was only hard. Because I have. Because teams, only man for me. Who got it. Only to Yomuna, public communist Munan got it. Without the the government. Munan got it. Real Munan got it. They can go, I just struggle. Understand? Because everything is coming in. You know, Munan got it. Besides teams on the Muna and Munan got it. What from those teams? Young teams of it. Man is saying before. The next one. I put this airborne. I think you're going to Munan. What was on? So I'm going 3 or 4 or 5 teams or 16 ring of Hawks. Then you know, what the party people? The party for 100 young police stars at community. We did also the money that they have. We don't difference. Why it's going to be very difficult for next
year? It's very difficult. Even I'm Harris, sir. I think it's gonna be difficult for them because there is a limit boy they muna them too. Boy they muna them. Let's just today Samankolo one of my guys, if he been a coach, English coach. He played for Reading, actually. He played for Reading and stuff. So I'm not there. He was playing in semi-pro league in England. Semi-pro league in England, and then 1 millionaire more team a very rich guy, Mujel guy, we will pay you this for solo play come semi-pro league like, because you have to go and do your job and then you fail as so anyway. But at the end of the day, it's starting everything was nice, Harris banging you but at the end of the day, sustainability we cannot continue. So players Nyom Space, Nyom Steve, Nyom Omar Koye, they all have money, a lot of money. But to sustain running a full business, the returns are not many. Like Gambian football returns, we all know the guy player, that is the best way you can make it. It's the only way. Wow. So we hope it will continue to happen, and then we believe that because Gambia produce a lot of talent, mashallah, yellow will continue. But needing pumps and highs every single time, I don't think that is sustainable. It has to sustain itself. The business has to sustain itself, and then League B has to attract a lot of business people. Come they were sponsors in you, so can League B move forward. But other than that,
why didn't they involve the international players? That's it. International players, national team players, were they involved in this settlement of the
Gisuma Ken, you might be on where former national team players, Zico, John Bass, etc. So I didn't see them there.
Anyway, Zico came in for Fortune. John Bass maybe also become, I don't know. Represent. I think that means no. Okay. The family thief at Omar Kodi investing in football. That should give them every reason to GFF engage other players. Player like Yacob Mint. Okay. Player like Musa Bar. Understand? Those players need to be engaged. Because at the end of the day, they have been really paid in the next but also they need business outside football. You must sustain their life. Understand? What just in doing business is doing business that you know, that you love, and that you best. Like current players, you engage in 8 teams, CTA and BK, good business. Government has more in. So encouraging them, understand? Encouraging them, even if they cannot come and buy teams, but they can also partner, buy shares. Chama. Okay, 40% of Steve Biko. Okay, every year, for example, more to pump in 2 million pounds. Let's say let's say 500 pounds, for example. 500
£500,000.
pounds. Okay. No, $1 million. Musa Brodem Luton Hawks or Canopy is. So no of them can help. What they were engaged with. Most of team player. Okay, they were agents. I'm not correct because they are playing they play in different clubs. They play a direct, then they active the show. It's normal. It's to I'm not agent. So imagine I'm for team. They don't have agency, they don't have club. Raka close guy to get percent self goes when you nekk coach ñu nekk coach ñu nekk technical directors ñu nekk so community with those I'm not in Gambia, I'm not Tarantini. It's easy to bring them here from a cheap players. So I think the team players should be involved in this thing. You want to engage
Yeah. No, it's a good idea, to be honest. Seni, any final thought you guys say as you know, so kind of a new wrap up. Man, fi my guys, boy.
Yeah, the only thing about is, the discussions are interesting because I believe, Lee has to be a national thing because Lee that will interest because Snake the Gambian League should be professional. This is surely going to help us. We are the actors, so Gomna it's important. Gomna is important. I hope the discussions will continue. You talk, you discuss issues, and tell each other the truth. Because I don't know that these are things we need to have in place. So yeah, hopefully, the discussions will continue. The MCM, workshop we had, continue so that they get new one. Yes, this is realistic. Now we go with it.
Yeah, true talk. Yeah, finally, you what about this topic that you wrap up day. But I go you get seen why you Nanchu, me one bit Gambia, the freestyle. Sadio Mane, he came to Gambia. But I go someone bogi Senegal, he downfall me to about Angleterre ak Senegal same game. Bicham what has Senegal like Angleterre. Wow. Why you never see Sadio Mane?
Gaynde moo dóor ñetti gaynde
Huh?
mais benn gaynde moo dóor ñetti gaynde
Baru. Wow, benn gaay de moo dugal ñetti gaay ne Three Lions yi sa gaay sa ñaari team yi. Yeah, we gis nañ Sadio ñëw na visit Gambia for the past week or so. I don't know now he's still around, but it was huge because it's been a while since we see him in the Gambia. I would say I know he has been there in the past, but the people became famous gisaguñ ko Gambia. So it was something that was very nice to see him in the Gambia. I'm not schedule me more on a tight. But Che, what do you think about his visit to the Gambia, Sadio Mane?
well it can be I know it's purely business but bëgguma disclose benn bi because it's I know reliable source understand reliable source travel I'm not very sure but the main plan in the one Oryx was he had a deal with Oryx he's the absolute in fact people are saying that the fact is the shareholder there understand so yeah no promote radio station brand me so no understand no president bi understand so obviously the president message them project mon be bolé xam nga with mon bi understand so yeah, I think moom bi tamit moom gis naa ñu ko tuddee gis nañ tamit ñu ko célébrité even though moom from far am na ne Gambia dañ ko appreciate but one thing incha Allah ko he's working on a project here understand I will not say but it will be a big project understand it will be very soon nañ ko dégg man tamit kay na I was trying to make an arrangement to meet him up to Francis because I want him to be then his career was very tight moo tax mënuñu ko na but kontaan nañ si ñoom yàlla waaye li kam daal ñëpp nañ ko dégg soo yàlla waaye xam ne daal na fi investment
Delu na right? Delu na okay. Seni, we had a big guest. We had a big guest in the Gambia, but because small waji Sadio Mane.
Yeah, Chama is huge, and tamit they do not help boost the economy tamit because the game can play key roles in our economy. Senegal, Sadio Mane is playing an important role in socio-economic development. It's very important, top. And tamit he also met Minte as well. It's good for him because enough advice. He played in the Premier League for over 6 years. So he's going to learn a lot from him. And Tamit, Minte Wahan and Sadio Mane is his a role model. So
Yeah.
honestly, this was timely. I'm sure he's going to hit with advice of the two-time CAF player of the year. So it's important. It's important. And this is going to boost the economy. As well, I believe they in Gambia, they aspire to be like him or Minte. Then you want to soon as Sadio Mane can get to this level, we can also get there.
Get to that level. Yeah, definitely. No, mom, Danan la. It was something very welcoming to see him in the Gambia. I was really happy to see him. Nga, maneko mom small player la. Small player la. Time mo my IH, maneko yo do kaya sa wala Sadio Mane. Yo do sa Liverpool, buy Sadio Mane bu free. Why do they muna buy Sadio? Do they muna
Lot,
buy Sadio?
lot of
But it's nice.
So
Hopefully,
my killer.
Diga. No, it's a good thing for Gambia, definitely.
Yeah, I would look at this opportunity, understand that because it's in the meeting of committee. Like want to make a congrats. The box and you can be able to person in Jabaram, exception of the you can listen to the congratulations. Because you are
Yeah.
saving Jabaram, you know, so you can get it.
Mm.
Last year,
Yeah.
sometimes the two teams were on the right team. Then you put next year, man, what they got from point of view. Next year, Manchester, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona,
Well,
you've gone okay. But I'm your excuse. You still have, you will accept. You've got 25 this contribution. That's the next thing. So, sure. India, everything. This is not easy.
Jamayo kenn déggu la kenn dégg sama bi kenn déggu ko awalu jël sa saal bi de waaye anyway naa ko so suñu jeexalee nga teg ñu setu ñu fix ko ko defee for next time. Yeah, but Seni, anyway, final words to go to new wrap up for today.
Yeah, again, happy to be back again. Like I said, discussions have been interesting. I'm a chairman. He has a lot of ideas, etc. So it's quite interesting. So come on, we are stakeholders. Lindbergh is the development of our game. And really, this kind of discussions help us well because we need to exchange ideas. So yeah, they are also with us. Watching, etc. Then continue to say that, and yeah, we will continue giving you the best of news as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but I got,
we'll be back.
it's been a while. You had a rusty, but it was a good one, like you say. Che, but I go Daniel Affair. Jail phone be. Tuti, a little bit more. Yeah.
Wow, bulan jaje fara boy bulan fara sen ñaan orang ma yesik ñaan am ya dum ñu global ben NCNUL wala almost ñu pen samba o dina ñu ci dëgg na inshallah.
Well, so my guy, thank you for joining us on the show. Hopefully we'll be back next week. Didn't have any teha the new art. So thank you for joining us along the way. And then Fate, make sure you can subscribe to the channel and you can follow us on other platforms. We always put there some things about information about Gambian football at all times. So if you follow us, you will not miss a thing. So Jeringen Jeff, Che, Seni, thank you for joining me again. So be next week, inshallah. Goodbye. Che, you tahu wale, will them.